Hello again, I am Blunty back from PAX, Penny Arcade Expo, big video game expo. You know, I'm not going to explain it to you. Google it if you're not aware of it, and if you're not aware of it, I don't know how you found me anyway. It's a big nerdy thing, and I would expect most nerds who watch this channel would be aware of nerdy things like PAX. It's a big deal. First one in Australia, first one outside of the United States, as a matter of fact, and it was a blast. And I've got a bunch of videos coming through. I've already put a couple of sort of little wee bits up for it, including a panel and a sort of a music video type thing, which I think is pretty nifty. But this video was all about the indie game developers and local Australian game development talent as well. I've got a bunch of stuff to show you. Stick around and watch it all, because somewhere in the middle there, I don't know where I've put it in the edit, to be completely honest with you, but I've got a special code for you to enable some exclusive early beta access. It was supposed to be just for the people who actually went to PAX, but I talked the friendly guys into giving me a code so I can give you guys. It's only going to be valid for about 3 days after this video goes up, so act fast, get in on an early beta of a pretty nifty game. Which game? Well, you're going to have to watch this video to find out. So stick around, watch them all, and leave a comment. Letting us know which one was your favourite. I have to apologise, didn't get around to all of the indie devs there. I got maybe 50%, maybe 40% of them. If I didn't get to your booth, that doesn't mean I thought your game was crap. By the way, it just means I didn't get to your booth because I had lots to do, and it was very, very tiring. Anyway, interviews.
So our game's called Grow, and we call ourselves Studio Grow. It's nice and simple. We like to explain it as a mix between Team Fortress 2 and Pokemon. You start off as a small character, a sort of a slug-like character called a Nom, and you sort of go around eating food. There's different kinds of food in the level. Depends on what you eat, changes what you can turn into. So it's kind of like changing your class on the fly. So if you eat meat, you get big and fat and heavy and strong, and you become a carnivore, and you can eat other characters. If you eat candy, you get super fast and hyperactive and run around and have a lot of agility and stuff like that. If you eat fruit, you get sort of skilled, which is our word for basically weird stuff, so like shooting or swimming or doing cool things like that. At the moment, we have 10 characters in the game. There's 2 stages of growth. Basically, you can hybridize, you can go sort of meat and candy, meat and fruit, and that will change what character you eventually turn into. We have a few different game modes. We're mostly working with a capture the flag sort of mode at the moment. You can eat food, you can spit it out at people. With a lot of players, it becomes kind of like a food fight. There's chickens and cakes flying through everywhere through the sky. We have, all the characters are really different. Some of them heal, some of them can turn invisible, some of them can climb up walls, some of them can inhale and just eat other players whole. Some of them can enter into they're like their own little turret. They can enter into turret and start shooting mortars. Some of them can lay down smoke clouds that poison enemies but provide cover for their teammates. Some of them can mark enemies so that they take more damage and stuff like that. So they're all very different, and we're sort of just starting off with those first 10. We're very early alpha at the moment, but basically all the characters are in it, they're working pretty well, and we're just sort of going through and fixing it all up, and basically here to see if people like the game, and if they do, then we can keep working on it, and see how it goes. It's PC. If people enjoy it here at PAX, if we like the idea of it, then we're going to aim for about a 2-month alpha release in 2 months. Around about September we'll aim for anyway, and also at the same time go through Greenlight. Our website is studiogrow.org/grow.
Okay, my name's Josh Stewart. I'm the QA lead at Nomic Studios, an indie development studio out of Perth, Australia. Today we're showing our sequel to Square Off, which is Square Heroes. We're still working on that, and it's due out later on in the year on PC. Square Off was our original game, and that's available on the Ouya, Windows Phone, as well as Xbox Live indie games. And we're here today to get feedback from players and to help tune our sequel.
So I'm Alfie Coyle from Infinity Wars and Nightmare Studios. So Nightmare Studios is an indie dev company made in Australia and owned in Australia. And we basically are a small group of guys that have made the first fully animated trading card game in the world. So one of the key things that we have is we've got a massive focus on the hardcore trading card gamer market, and basically we're giving the game that we want to have. So we're all avid trading card players for the last 15 years, playing all the big name game brands, and we've actually gone through and fundamentally changed the way that a trading card game works specifically for digital. So we've stayed true to the classic TCG style of thing where you have a deck and you have some zones, and each player attacks each other. So it still feels like a fundamental, you know, Magic style, Yu-Gi-Oh style sort of game. But what we've done is we've created fundamental differences that stop a lot of the pain points that people have from playing classic TCGs. So there's no mana screw, there's no like dead draws, and there's no even waiting for the other player much, because each player can have their turn at the same time, so simultaneous turn gameplay. Another big pain point that people have when it comes to trading card games is the whole pay-to-win thing. So we've deliberately created a mode that's specifically for people who love to just play card games. So they might be Euro gamers or just people who love playing with cards but don't want to pay a ridiculous amount of money to get a really good deck. And what it means is that people can actually play with that other person, and no matter how good the other person's deck is, it evens out deck advantage and it just comes down to skill. So one of our other focuses is becoming esports as well. So we're looking at some great things coming up right now with what we're going to do with the esports side of things. Maybe even having some cash prizes in our upcoming tourneys that we're having. So the cool thing is, for anyone that's in PAX this weekend who comes and visits PAX and happens to get one of the codes that we've got here, they'll be able to get exclusive beta access to the game. And you know, if we ask Monty nicely enough, he might be able to provide that code in the description of the video. So that's basically the pitch for what Infinity Wars is, and we want to make it the best game we can, and we look forward to anyone who wants to help us do that to come on board and give us feedback and give us suggestions to make this game the best game it can be.
Hi, I'm Born from BitRave. We're here with our game Jelly Run. Jelly Run's endless runner platformer. Usual sort of, you're a jelly called Totes and you're trying to save the princess. Everyone's been kidnapped from the town. You run through lands of candy, and it's it's a game for a really broad audience. We've had kids that love it, and everyone seems to come on and have a lot of fun. And it's a game really about fun. If people want to find out more, they can follow me over Jelly Run or a game coming out, Smash Smash Monsters, on bitrave.com, or they can follow us at bitrave on Twitter. It's coming out on Android. It's coming out on Windows 8 and Windows Phone, and it's also coming out on iOS.
Hi, my name is Clinton Shepherd. I work with Pixel Pickle Games. Our game is Burden. It's kind of, the best way to describe it is it's kind of Shadow of the Colossus meets Tower Defense. So you're being tasked with building devices onto the back of a giant hulking Colossus to keep it alive and make sure it gets itself and its mysterious cargo to its destination. We're looking to release on PC, Mac, and hopefully tablets. If you want to see us, we're on pixelpickle.com. And I think that's pretty much it.
Hi, my name's Derek, and I'm with Bayside Games. We're an indie company from Brisbane, and we're showing a game called Robots Can't Jump. So Robots Can't Jump is a little bit different because it's a procedural platform game with a never-ending number of levels. The difference between this game and other platform games is, like the title says, you can't jump. So you have to build elevators to get to the top of each level. And to do that, you have a currency called jewels. So you have to collect the jewels to build the elevators, then you can progress to the next stage. It runs on PC, Android, iOS, and on Mac. And we're going to be releasing it in about 3 months. So you can see Sean is playing it, he's going up the elevators. And there's a lot of different things you can do. It's never the same twice. So thank you, we're from Bayside Games. Thank you for watching.
My name's Luke, I'm from Rumi Studios. I'm one of the lead devs on our new game ZOMBITSU, which we're slating for release later this year. ZOMBITSU is a mobile-based game that is, you can almost call it an endless runner, but we wanted to add more. So what we've done is we've added more verticality, allowed the player to really experience the world. They're not locked into lanes, they can go wherever they like, but one of the things that we really like about the game was we've added combat. You have a unique combo system, and it's ninjas versus zombies. How do you go wrong with ninjas and zombies? It's our latest title yet. We've spent 18 months developing it. We're looking to release on Android first, then we're going to go to iOS, and we've got a build here for Ouya. So once we've done the first 2 builds, we're going to be looking for the smaller platforms and maybe Windows Mobile, but don't hold me to it. If you're interested in zombies and ninjas, then visit our website, which is zombitsu.com, and there's more details there.
Hi, I'm Ed Orman from Uppercut Games. We're here at PAX showing off our new game Epoch 2, the sequel to our first game, which is a hit game on iOS. You can follow the game at Facebook, just search for Epoch, EPOCH, and we're bringing this one out in October. Epoch is a cover-based shooter. It's been specifically designed for touchscreens. We really wanted to get a great cover-based shooter with intuitive controls for touchscreen devices. So it's set in a post-apocalyptic wasteland where robots have destroyed the world and humanity has sort of disappeared. And in Epoch 2, you're discovering exactly what happened to humanity and what the future is for all of these robots. In Epoch 1, you play the titular robot, Epoch. He wakes up in a desolated wasteland, but he still remembers the one programming he had, which was to protect the princess. So during Epoch 1, he fights his way to where she's supposed to be, and unfortunately, he discovers that she's no longer there. So at the beginning of Epoch 2, you finally discover the princess and start to wake her up, and it's really about unraveling what it is that happened to her and what part she's going to play in the future. We're doing a lot of work to make sure that it's still accessible to new people without having played the first game. So there's sort of a synopsis of the story at the beginning, and it's fairly straightforward, but we're doing a lot more work to have. In the first game, you had a lot of logs, so you could sort of unravel what was going on by reading about what happened in the past. In this game, we're complementing that with a lot of cutscenes and actual voiceover, motion capture, high-res princess model and things like that. So it should be a lot more immersive. October will be iOS. Epoch 1 is currently out for iOS and Android, and in fact it's on sale for 99 cents, so have a look for it.
Hey, what's up? It's Phil from Halfbrick, Phil Larson, Chief Marketing Officer at Halfbrick in Brisbane. We're down here at PAX Australia and demoing Colossatron, Massive World Threat. Colossatron is a game where you play as a giant robotic snake from space that crash lands on Earth, hell-bent on destruction. And the idea is to literally cause as much damage in dollars as you possibly can to the world around you. The military is attacking, and you actually grow Colossatron by attaching weapons and power nodes, which extends his length. And then each segment is essentially a weapon which can be customized in a lot of different ways. So become a mobile snake fortress of doom that actually the military attacks. Bits fly off, you attach more, and the strategy is building in a strategic way to make the weapons, play off each other. You've got healing pieces, you've got flamethrowers, machine guns, and you put the best weapons on the Colossatron at the best possible points. And in the demo we've got going on, we've got bosses, dropships attack, giant mechs that the humans have created attack, and basically you just try and kill as much as you can as Colossatron. We're demoing it here at PAX. We've got a lot more content coming. We've just announced it, so hopefully you should have more and more news in the coming weeks.
So there you go, guys. Thanks for watching. I am Blunty. We'll catch you next time. Don't forget to pop a comment. Let us know what your favourite is. Mine, well, I like that free-running ninja slicey zombie thing. And the name of it has slipped off the top of my head. I feel idiotic. I should have checked it before I recorded this part of the video. But you know the one I'm talking about, don't you? The free runner on the Ouya that I played. I want to play that game again. That was fun. In fact, all of them were fun, which is why they made it in this video. But that one in particular, I think, was the most fun. It was very visceral for me, anyway. But yeah, I liked them all.